This walk and talk is at Woolwich Trail near St. Jacobs on October the 8th, 2024. It started out sunny but ended up raining. In this talk, I discuss Daniel Dennett's iconic book, Darwin's Dangerous Idea. Of course, his idea was evolution. Welcome back to my series on the ideas of philosopher Daniel Dennett. In this series, I'm going to dive into one of his most influential works, Darwin's Dangerous Idea. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution revolutionized how we understand life on Earth, providing the first scientific explanation of how we came to be. Darwin's idea was so profound because it suggested that the complexity of life, which previously seemed to require some divine explanation, could arise from a simple natural process, natural selection. Dennett refers to Darwin's theory as a universal acid, a concept so powerful that it reshapes everything it touches, from biology to philosophy, and even how we think about meaning and purpose in life. We'll unpack some of the key ideas from Dennett's exploration of evolution, including his use of metaphors like skyhooks and cranes to explain how natural selection works and why it's such a radical idea. At the heart of Darwin's theory is natural selection, a simple yet incredibly powerful mechanism that explains how life evolves. Imagine a population of organisms, each slightly different from the other. Some are better suited to their environment, meaning they are more likely to survive and reproduce. Over generations, the traits that help survive become more common, while those that don't are weeded out. This process over vast periods of time leads to the evolution of new species and the incredible diversity of life that we see today. Dennett emphasizes the importance of natural selection as a crane, a natural step-by-step process that builds complexity over time without the need for an intelligent designer or supernatural intervention. The beauty of natural selection is that it's both simple and blind. It doesn't have a goal or purpose, yet it produces astonishingly complexity. Dennett contrasts natural selection, a crane, with the concept of skyhooks. Skyhooks represent miraculous or supernatural explanations for the complexity of life, the kind that people once believed were necessary to explain the apparent design in nature. For example, before Darwin, many assumed that a divine creator had to have directly designed each species because of the intricacy of living organisms seemed too perfect to be the result of random chance. However, Darwin's dangerous idea shows that we don't need skyhooks. There's no need for magical explanations when we have a perfectly good crane in natural selection. Dennett argues that relying on skyhooks limits our understanding and prevents us from appreciating the elegance of evolution. By embracing cranes, we open ourselves to the possibility that complex life can emerge from simple processes over time. One of Dennett's key insights is that evolution operates like an algorithm, a set of simple rule-based instructions that, when followed, produces astonishing results. An algorithm doesn't require intelligence or foresight, just a basic process that is repeated over and over. In the case of evolution, the algorithm is natural selection, acting on random mutations. There's no grand design or plan behind it, but rather an automatic trial and error process that leads to increasingly complex organisms. Dennett uses this algorithmic nature of evolution to explain why it is so powerful. Much like how a simple computer program can perform complex calculations, the simple algorithm of natural selection can create the complexity of life without needing a guiding hand. This is why evolution is such a dangerous idea. It takes away the need for a designer and shows that complexity can emerge from randomness and selection. A key idea in evolution is gradualism. the idea that small changes over long periods of time lead to big results. Dennett highlights that this gradual, step-by-step process is a hallmark of Darwin's theory, and it contrasts sharply with skyhook explanations, which often involve sudden, miraculous leaps. Gradualism shows that evolution doesn't need big dramatic interventions. Instead, it works through tiny incremental changes that accumulate over time. Dennett argues that this gradualism is one of the most important insights of Darwin's theory. It's easy to imagine that the complexity of an eye or a wing must have required a skyhook, a sudden miracle. But evolution shows us that these features evolve gradually, step by step. Over millions of years, slight improvements were selected for, resulted in the highly sophisticated organs we see today. The profound implications of Darwin's dangerous ideas extend far beyond biology. Dennett argues that evolution reshapes our understanding of humanity's place in the universe. For centuries, humans believed we were the pinnacle of creation, set apart from the rest of the natural world. But evolution tells us that we're not separate from nature, we're part of it, shaped by the same forces that have molded every other species on Earth. This realization can be unsettling for some, as it challenges long-held beliefs about human exceptionalism and our relationship to the divine. However, Dennett sees it as an opportunity to embrace a more grounded and awe-inspiring view of life. Understanding that we are the product of natural processes rather than supernatural ones deepens our appreciation of the complexity and beauty of the world around us. In conclusion, Darwin's dangerous idea, evolution by natural selection, gives us the first scientifically grounded explanation for how life, including humans, came to be. Dennett's exploration of this idea shows that we don't need skyhooks or supernatural explanations to account for the complexity of life. Instead, natural selection acts as a crane, lifting life from simple beginnings to the remarkable diversity we see today. By embracing the crane and understanding the algorithmic nature of evolution, we can see that the complexity of life is not the result of a grand design, but of a simple, mindless process operating over vast periods of time. The implications of this idea are profound, challenging us to rethink our place in the universe and our relationship to the natural world. Thanks for walking with me through these thoughts, and I hope this series has provided a clear and engaging look at Dennett's take on evolution.